69 and I left my husband 7 years ago. I was fed up with being part of the furniture. I didn't have an unhappy marriage. I just wanted a bit more excitement in my life. He was a good lover most of my life, but I still wanted a new adventure.
She got a divorce at almost 70 years of age, and now she is regretting it. We've got a video for you here today from HL Talk That Thought. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in, and let's jump into it.
I'm 69 and I left my husband 7 years ago. I was fed up with being part of the furniture. I wanted to have a proper life again. Everyone got the shock of their lives when I left. My friends couldn't believe it. Most of all, my ex couldn't believe it. He never thought I'd leave. I mean, I didn't wish him any harm. I didn't have an unhappy marriage. I just wanted a bit more excitement in my life. And I was gonna get it before I was 70. And I've only got 6 months to go.
Getting a divorce because you want excitement is probably one of the dumbest things you can possibly do at any age, and that goes double when you're almost 70. How crazy is that?
People stay in a relationship far too long when it's no good. And I can tell you something, when you are absolutely feeling like this is the end of the line, be brave, take a leap and just go, and you will never look back. Don't stay if you're not happy, because everyone deserves to be happy.
She says that there's no point in being married if you're not quote-unquote happy, but that's one word that these women can't even define. They just want to blame their husband and assume that this magical thing can only find them if they destroy their lives in the process. Not a smart plan.
A lot of you were wondering why I left my husband when I said I wasn't in an unhappy marriage. Well, we didn't fight, there was no violence or anything like that, but I didn't feel I was living my life to the full. I didn't like living in the countryside when I'm really a city person. He was a good lover most of my life, but I still wanted a new adventure. There was a big age gap. Maybe that had something to do with it. We weren't on the same page anymore.
It's rather disgusting how she just openly said that her husband was a good lover, but she wanted to experience something different, which means that she wanted to get with someone younger and more attractive, which is rather an unsettling image to have in your head, honestly.
There are many reasons people could decide that they've had enough. Many reasons. But I knew that it was time for me to leave. I've been thinking about it for many years. I wanted my children to be away at university. I didn't want to leave them when they were very young. But then I enjoyed my life when my children were there. I think it was when they left, it made me realize there was nothing left to stay for.
By saying that, she's making it sound like her husband outlived his usefulness to her after her children graduated from university, that she was just going through the numbers until she could finally have an excuse to divorce him. And even then, her excuse is awful and makes no sense.
So all these reasons are why I decided to leave. But we're still friends. And we speak on the phone every week because we have children and grandchildren together. And we are very civilized. And there's nothing wrong with that. So a lot of people said, why didn't I work it out before I walked out? But it wasn't as easy as that. And I had thought about it for a long time, and there was nothing to work out. I knew I couldn't change anything.
She hadn't listed a single legitimate reason as to why she wanted to get a divorce, but she's acting like she gave a laundry list of valid reasons, and that's because there wasn't a legitimate reason on that list at all. She just decided that she was unhappy and didn't want to do anything to change that.
I tried, but not in a way that was unreasonable. I just knew I was ready to leave. And I haven't, this is not an advertisement for people to get divorced just because I walked out. I mean, everyone has a different story. Everyone has a different path. And it's amazing how you can still have fun and enjoy yourself when you have actually let go of all that tension that this uneasiness brings when you know it's not what you want anymore.
It's interesting how she insists that she's not advocating for divorce, when in the previous video she made, she literally said that if you're unhappy that you should divorce your husband. She wants as many people as possible to make the same mistakes that she did.
So that's part 2 of my story. I'm just giving people the encouragement and the confidence to actually think twice about the rest of your life, because there's always an alternative and there's always a new way to live. What I've learned is it's never too late to start again.
She has no business telling people to think twice about making decisions in their lives when she impulsively divorced her husband. She's clearly doing this for internet attention and to get reinforcement that she didn't make one of the dumbest decisions of her life.
I'm 69, and this is me in my 30s in a bikini on the Barrier Reef. I now don't mind wearing a bikini, even though I'm much older and actually more body confident than I was then. I didn't even think I looked good then. I actually don't care anymore. And I can sit on a beach, I can sit in the gardens, I can sit in the park in my bikini, and I don't give a damn because I feel good in myself. And why shouldn't I sit in a bikini?
He's not wrong. She's free to wear a bikini if she wants to, but of course, if she chooses to do that, then she has to accept the fact that there aren't a whole lot of people who want to see that, and they will make their opinions known. People aren't just going to celebrate her dressing that way.
Some people say I should wear a swimming costume, but I don't feel comfortable in a swimming costume. So, what the hell? Here I am, at this age, enjoying life, ready for Love Island in my 70s. And who knows who I'll meet on my next beach holiday. I would like to say to all those ladies out there who don't dare wear a bikini or feel they're too old to wear a bikini, why don't you just do it? Why should you feel ashamed of yourself? It's just how you are now, and no one's going to like you any less for it. And if you embrace it, you will enjoy being who you are today. And that's what counts.
In the very same sentence, she talks about how you should dress in a way that makes you feel comfortable, then immediately tries to judge senior citizens who don't feel comfortable wearing bikinis. Just because she thinks people want to see her dress that way doesn't mean other people actually do think that way.
69 and I'm dating. The one thing that 19-year-olds and 69-year-olds have in common, that the men we're dating are still assholes. Oh, they are indeed assholes.
It's rather shocking how she's 69 years old and still is able to find men who actually want to date her. I mean, that dating pool has to be extremely small. And then she has the nerve to call them all a-holes. That's not really going to help her chances in the long run, I would say.
I've just met my two favourite guys on this party. They're so yummy, so lovely. But guess what? They're both getting married in the next couple of months. But hey ho, I'm not going to give up because there's plenty more fish in the sea.
You can tell that she's wasting away on the inside. She thought she was going to be able to find young and handsome men who would do anything to be with her, only to find out that those men have their own lives with women who are actually age appropriate for them.
I don't understand men. I'm on these dating apps and I think they all play games. I mean, I'm dating men over 70 and I say, well, shall we meet for a drink? Maybe a coffee? Nothing. And I get so upset. What have they got to lose, for God's sake?
She can't stand the idea that men who are older than her have no desire to want to be with her, even though those reasons are fairly obvious. Those men have plenty to lose: time, dignity, money, and those things are precious to a man in his golden years.
I just realised how lucky I am to be so loved by my family. It's just unbelievably overwhelming. And my friends too. I just never expected all of that yesterday. And I'm not crying out of sadness, I'm crying out of being overwhelmed and happy. Oh my God. I suppose you can cry and be happy.
She is obviously crying out of sadness. She had the life that most modern women are practically begging for. She was married to a good man, she had a stable marriage, she had a loving family, and was pretty much set for the rest of her life. But she threw that away for some incredibly selfish reasons, and it's just now hitting her that she's going to spend the rest of her life alone. And the only thing she has left is to document the cringe on TikTok for the entire planet to witness. And it's also disturbing how this trend of women in their 50s and 60s think that now is the best time to file for a divorce. They like fool themselves into thinking, oh, we had a good run, but now it's my time to do what I want, which is just a massive middle finger to the entire family who supported her for quite literally decades. These over the hill women think that there will always be something better around the corner. They fool themselves into thinking that there's still more time to get some excitement into their lives, and then they get incredibly reckless, all in the name of trying to recapture their youth or something ridiculous. But apparently, even when they hit an old age, they are still forced to learn their lessons the hard way. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Click this video that's up on the screen now if you want to see more. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.